Good evening, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Today is a Nether challenge run. With the conquering of the 3-heart challenge, I have decided to play yet another game that I have played very, very often from youth to now, Donkey Kong Country. Probably one of the most gorgeous Super Nintendo games ever released, not just for its time, but I would even say that the graphics hold up to this day. Now, quick rundown of the rules. I am not saving anywhere because I want this to be a deathless run. From beginning to end, no deaths. Am I getting animal buddies? Yes. Am I going to get Diddy when he dies? Yes. Same thing with Donkey Kong. I'm going to have the 2 donkeys or the 2 monkeys as much as possible, but I have no idea if I'm actually going to be able to get from beginning to end with no deaths because rule number 2, no warps. So if it brings you to another thing to disappear and then reappear near the end of the level, no. If it's, for example, the section in the Winter Mountain section in the first level where you can kind of grab one of those explosive barrels and get to near the end, where you're already near the end because that stupid barrel section is a pain in the ass, that's allowable. It's not really a skip, it's a section skip. So, this is also going to be an any percent run. I'm not looking for every single bonus section. I don't have that much of this game memorized, and even if I did, it would be way too time consuming. So let's begin. Wrong one. I need this. Here we go. I'm gonna have to try that one more time because the full screen is messing up here. I apologize. There we go. Hey, Sam. Okay, here we go. So if I'm here preparing for you, if you know the words, you can. Oh my god. See, I only know the DK rap from. I think it started in Melee. Was it Melee or Brawl? Here we go. Okay, it was Brawl. But in actuality, it started at DKC 64, a game that I have never played, don't have on my backlog because I don't own it. Now, on top of trying to do this thing deathless, I mean, I am still going to collect everything that I can along the way, but I'm not going to bother with getting, like, all the secrets, because there's no point. If I die, I gotta restart this thing all the way to the very beginning. But I'm not gonna avoid bonus areas either. Like this. There's another one down there. I am skipping it because it's to get those little animal tokens, but there's no point in getting 3 animal tokens to do the bonus room because I'm not doing the bonus room. Let's get that just a little bit bigger. There we go. So happy Sunday, everybody. Didn't get the chat set up on the screen. No, you know what? I was gonna start setting it up yesterday, and I was just too tired. I just wanted to kick back, play some games for a little bit, and then pass out. It's not your bad, Sam. It was a choice that I made, and I would make it again in a heartbeat. So, here's the thing. We're gonna see Winky, the best of all of the animal buddies. And the shadow of that thing that I just smashed into also kind of looked like Winky. Looking forward to Thursday. Also, very much looking forward to Thursday. Hence, I look just a tiny little bit cleaner between the last stream and now. More bananas, more balloons. So in case you missed it, Brian, I am actually not doing all the bonus areas, and I'm also not doing any of the warps because of your comment on the last stream when I got the last fairy to basically have the damage that I was taking. If it wasn't for your comment, I may not even think about it, but yeah. Me too, also crying and throwing up. Okay, well, as long as you don't throw up on the day of, then that should be, you know, fine. But if you do gotta throw up on the day of, do it on somebody else, please. I'm gonna miss everyone. You know what? At the very least, get it on video. That's all. And then we can sell it afterwards and it'll be fine. Now, here's a fun little thing. Donkey Kong, right? Did you know that he can hand slap the ground and get a whole bunch of bananas basically everywhere in the opening areas? Because I beat this game about 4 times before I realized this was even a thing. Another cool feature, if you have never played this game before, and this game is older than most people who have been starting streaming on the internet, so hopefully you do know what this means. Exclamation point over, or right next to the level name. You'll notice anything that I haven't beaten and haven't gotten all of the bonus areas for will not have that exclamation point. So I skipped something here. I skipped something in the first level. But I did not skip anything in the game. Also, there's no point in doing Cranky's Cabin because all of his advice is the same throughout. I believe there was initially supposed to be something pertaining to, if not every level, then at least something specific per world. Also, if you can hear that, that is Luna scratching because she thinks something's under her bed. Nothing is under her bed. But I do believe Cranky's Cabin is supposed to have advice for every world, but for whatever reason, you know, early 90s gaming, being what it is, and bugs and things that could not just be patched out 6 months down the line, never happened. So most of the advice that he gives is for the first world, and that's about it. Now, I say Winky the Frog is the best of the animal buddies. He only ever appears in this game, which is a travesty. On Guard, on the other hand, appears in all of them. Probably because the swimming physics in Super Nintendo games, not always great. Or really any platformer that has swimming levels, it just slows things down to a crawl. One of the things that Donkey Kong Country was known for was its platform challenges and sense of speed, like right now. This is not a warp. This is a section skip. And I messed that up. But that's fine. Quick reminder, if I really royally screw this up and I bottomless pit, I gotta start this from the beginning again. So lives are meaningless. Doesn't stop me from getting all of the lives and bananas I can, because why not? Alright, and with a little luck, first world done, 15 minutes into the evening. I always like to space things out so that banana falls right on the dude's head every single time. Oop. Really messed that one up. Already at the halfway point of this level. And every once in a while, after coming down from that bonus area, I hit the direction pad just a little bit too quickly and I fall straight down. Now here's the fun thing about this. I know that there is a warp right here, right past. All I gotta do is jump a little bit past this exploding barrel, right there. And then that's the end of the level, easy peasy. You'd think that I would count this. But because somebody, and I'm not gonna name names, but that's bullshit, Brian mentioned on the last stream that the 3 heart challenge should not have actually counted because I got the Great Fairy that halved my health. You know what? I'm gonna do it again. And I'm gonna go all the way through. And I'm not gonna take the cheap way out this time because I want to tell this guy to flippin' bad. Also, this is my favorite level in the whole game, so of course I'm gonna do it. I love that if you speed that along, and you get it from beginning to end, no hits or anything, you basically listen to the entire track one time. It's not 100% run, it's deathless, use any means necessary. Maybe, but I got an ego, man. I've got to do it for me. Excuse me. There is a reason to get the one banana barrel one time in the second to last world of the game. I meant to get the balloon. Ah, son of a bitch. That's alright. Here he is again. I don't know what it is about this frog. I don't know why I think he's the best, besides the fact that he jumps super high, hits everything including these stupid fucking bees. I did not think I was going to make that one. Now here's the thing. Donkey Kong Country 1, the bonus areas are just for bonus lives, right? In DKC 2 and 3, they're your means to getting the final world, the Lost World, to get all of the 100% completion and all that. I have not gotten 100% completion on any Donkey Kong Country game besides the first, and I have done 100% completions of Donkey Kong Land 1 and 2. So when I say it's not worth it, I just want you to know it's because I played the Game Boy versions. Sam, you've never played a Donkey Kong game, or you've never beaten one? Please, get on that. If you like platformers at all, this is the best example of the most solid platforming controls and level design that I could possibly think of. Well, that sucks. Here we go again. Would I consider Symphony of the Night? No, because it's a Metroidvania. It has platforming elements, for sure, but it's not designed to be a platformer. It is an action-adventure where you collect different abilities to traverse a giant map. So, not in a traditional sense. Not the way this is a platformer. Yeah, now, look at that shadow and tell me that's not Winky. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Rambi. I think he's the second best of the animal buddies. On Guard is up there just because he makes the water levels tolerable. Cranky for life. Are you just saying that because we're old people now? But like, this is what I mean. Like, we're kind of speed running through this thing, right? Because the sense of speed that Donkey Kong has as he's running is just pitch perfect. And as he's jumping on the vines, he's doing all this stuff. Like, the controls are tight and perfect. Like, there's a reason why the Donkey Kong Country trilogy on Super Nintendo is so widely revered. And growing up, I rented 2 and 3, but I only ever owned the first one. And it wasn't until the Game Boy Advance / when a buddy of mine introduced me to emulation that I started really getting into the Donkey Kong Country series. I wonder if there's any good SNES DK ROM hacks. There are, actually. There are a few that are kind of labeled the lost levels, where people just took the existing elements of the game and made other, like, new levels. What I don't know is if they are difficulty hacks, because obviously with Mario World there are a bunch of, like, Kaizo Mario hacks to take the physics of the game and really make you test your abilities. I don't think I will ever do a difficulty hack, but if ever there is, like, just like a Super Mario Maker style DKC level editor / like hack that just takes that style and makes it Donkey Kong, I'd play that in a heartbeat. I know that there are some hacks that exist that, like, put Donkey Kong Country or Donkey Kong in Super Mario World. I know there's some that take, like, and vice versa, where Mario is in the Donkey Kong world. So I'd be interested to try one of those one day. But not different. Like, life is already hard enough. I don't want to play a video game with the 7 minutes of free time that I've got and make that, like, the difficulty hack. Like, that's just not me. I don't have the time, I don't have the temperament. There's a Kaizo Super Metroid. Okay, so I might have to, like, cash in my Geek Cred card, but I have not gotten far enough in Super Metroid to see where the hype is. Like, I get that without Super Metroid, there's no Symphony of the Night. Like, I can make that connection no problem, but I also haven't played enough Symphony of the Night or many other Metroidvanias to get, like, super into them. So, I don't know. Maybe I just need to, like, dedicate some time to playing one. But Super Metroid is on the backlog, so maybe I'll play that for this. Top 5. Alright, Sam, I want the other 4. I want to know your full top 5 ranking, like, least to favorite. Go. Thought I got the O. There's also the Metroid Link to the Past randomizer. I don't know if I would take the time to play that, to be completely honest. I don't know. Probably just because I'm not all that big on Link to the Past either. Like, Ocarina of Time was my first Zelda, and it was my favorite for a long time until I beat Wind Waker, and then Wind Waker became my favorite for the longest time. Oof, and then I just bring up... So your number 2 is A Link to the Past, and I bring up the fact that I'm not a big fan of it. There we go. I mean, yeah, but there's nothing wrong with nostalgia glasses being a factor for it. Did you enjoy it? Like, none of the games that you listed are bad games, so yeah, nostalgia is part of it, but it's not all of it. Just because I want it. It was your first Zelda, looks super cool, but no idea how you'll do. All my games are nostalgia lens minus Elden Ring. I mean, yeah. I mean, you've got three games, four of the 5 were 90s games, so I feel you. No! I haven't lost a monkey to the first boss in a year. You forgot Chrono Trigger. You know, Chrono Trigger can be like number 1 with a star. Or just boot Elden Ring out of it, because, you know, it's fine. Alright, here we go. That's my boy Winky. No! You were supposed to take me to the end, Winky! I can't not do this level. It's my favorite level of the game. I'd say about 80% of the time I can get that bundle of bananas, and about 90% of the time I lose a monkey to that cart that I just hopped over. Come on. Yes! And twice in a row. All the Kong letters, no monkeys lost. I just gotta not talk and jinx myself. Alright, so we got We got Sam's top 5. Brian, I know you're here. I want your top 5. Go. Mega Man X, Tales of Vesperia, Persona 5, Ocarina of Time, and Destiny 2. Destiny 2, is it because it's your favorite game, or is it because you've spent so much time with it? Because I think if I were to just factor in how much time I've spent on a game, I would have to put, like, Final Fantasy Theatrhythm on there somewhere. Because I have easily spent, on top of, like, on the 2 different versions that I own, I've spent, like, 400 hours just playing Final Fantasy music. But in terms of, like, absolute favorites, like, this is an unchanging list, but the order sometimes does. Number 5 is Ocarina of Time. Number 4 is Pokemon Soul Silver. Number 3 is Final Fantasy VI. Number 2 is Nier, the original Nier on PS3 and Xbox, not the remake that was released on PC, PS4, and all that. And number 1 is Silent Hill 2, and that will always be my number 1. If I could put a top 10, this game would probably be number 6. And it's not because it's bad, it's because the other games have more of a story slash, like, nostalgic feeling for me. Now, I want to skip this level. I want to go right there. I want to skip this shit. I'm not gonna. Because I know I can do this without dying. Destiny is mostly about the friends I made and memories from it. Okay, that is not a bad reason for it to be a favorite game. I just have to say that when there's that much time dedicated to it, it is hard not to include it on a list, like a top 5 or a top 10. I think if it's not the factor, it's a factor. There we go. Not only am I redeemed, but I got through the whole thing basically without letting go of the run button. New Resident Evil next week. Are you excited? Is that the treat yourself moment after your first event? Oh, you're gonna wait. Yeah, I haven't bought a game day one. No, I'm not gonna say it because I have, on occasion, gotten a game on the very first day, but it has to be... Like, the last game I got on the very first day was Theatrhythm Final Fantasy Final Bar Line on the Switch, because I knew I would dedicate, like, hundreds of hours to a rhythm game on Final Fantasy music. How to get Arc Raiders? What is Arc Raiders, and is it something that I would have the patience for? No! Winky is up there. But I messed up and I didn't get my tire, so I can't get my Winky. I'm sorry, Winky. Alright, I'm gonna put a feather in my cap there, because that was smooth. And I'll never get that lucky again. Robots take over the world, you and other raiders take down giant robots and scavenge for things. Okay, so Monster Hunter with robots? And like more sci-fi than fantasy? Shooters. Okay, is it another, like, live service style game like Destiny is? Solid run so far. Thank you, Sam. I feel like this particular world is not... And that's why I don't talk. That sucks. I was doing it. It was good. I had the flow state, and then... Oh... That's disappointing. I'm gonna do this level a little different this time. First, we're gonna grab the 1-up because I like doing things redundantly. And now I'm just gonna charge through because, yeah, that death in that third world pisses me off now. Man, if I had missed that barrel, that would have been, I don't know, karma? That's right, you get bananas for hand slapping the enemies in this. Because they needed to give DK something to do. Diddy has the speed and the cartwheel roll. Dixie in 2 has the hover and float down. Kitty has the worst name for a Kong. Donkey doesn't really have much going for him, besides being the title character and only being in, like, playable in one game in the original trilogy. Now, I will say this, I was super excited when Donkey Kong Country Returns was initially announced for the Wii, and I was really looking forward to that game being phenomenal, and from a level design perspective, it is. From a waggle controller perspective, it just pisses me off. And they fixed that on the 3DS, but they also kind of toned down the graphical fidelity a little bit. Not that that ever is like the major selling factor for me. I mean, I'm clearly playing retro games 90% of the time here. But at the same time, it would have been nice to have the Wii's graphics and color scheme and all that with the 3DS's controls. Because, I mean, the Wii Classic controller is a Super Nintendo controller. The Virtual Console games on the Wii, like, the vast majority of the ones that I spent money on were Super Nintendo games. So I got the Classic controller day one and used that thing almost every single time I loaded up the console, because if I was going to play a game, it was going to be with buttons. Or tennis. Come on. I knew it! Nope, I can't lose you too. Where is the O and why do I keep skipping it? Oh, right, it's right before the checkpoint barrel. Growing up, this level always stumped me, because I did not have the patience to let the barrels all line up, and I had no idea about this level skip slash section skip at the top. I just tried to go through all of those barrels, and, you know, as a 8-year-old, I did not have the patience. Now I have a little bit more patience. Arguably, anyways. Cheers. Whoop. There we go. I want all of these bananas. Here we go again. Can I make it 3 for 3? Three, 4, 3. Skipping the bonus stages this time. My concern is bringing this tire to that platform without it falling. I want Winky. And I want the proper top section to be done. I didn't get the K. Always something. Always missing something. Oh, come on. Hate this level. Especially in this level. If I'm only walking around with one Kong, I feel like I'm screwed. And that is why I want to skip Stop and Go Station. I don't know if it's just I'm not that skilled in, like, timing my jumps on that, or if I'm just psyching myself out. It may be just a mix of both. Yeah, Sam. I don't know what it is, man. I feel like because I'm dying so much in the early stages, either the late stages, if I ever get to them tonight, are gonna be even easier, or I'm gonna eventually have these levels memorized to the point where I can, like, do a speed run. Not that I think I would ever have the muscle memory down completely for something like that, but you never know. Maybe I'll remember the O this time. There it is. Oh, son of a... Oh, that does not seem fair. Okay, maybe it's a little fair. Screw you, shark. Slow down just enough not to get hit by the octopus, and we have our Kong letters for this level. If I die again and have to do that section again, I'm just gonna do the barrels. Because maybe it's because I'm trying to rush this that I'm not. Maybe if I take my time, have a little bit more patience than my almost 4-year-old child does. Alright, one more time, with feeling. So what's kind of fun about this is that I've had to do that first world 4 times already. And, we're still at just over an hour on the stream. When you know what you're doing, this game is not super long. In the end credits, Cranky jokes that he can get through the whole thing, not losing a life, getting every single bonus area in under 2 hours. That's possible. Like, if you know what you're doing, you can get that run. What I'm grateful for is that the retro achievement site that I use to track some of this stuff does not have that as an achievement, because people would riot. Not risking it. There we go. 4, 4, 4. And a little too fast on that one. I did not think that was going to count. But now that I know, I will forget and still think that I'm going to get killed by that thing. I don't know why I'm getting the K's and the Donkey Kong letters. Like, it does not matter. I just want to see the credits tonight. Which is fitting because earlier in the day, I finished up a run of Donkey Kong Country 2. Okay. Just run, just run, just run! Do you see why I hate this level? Of my deaths, 3 out of the 4 came from Stop and Go Station. Just running straight through. didn't even let the song really start because fuck it. Now, what I like about this game is that if you just maintain your sense of speed while still having some semblance of control so that you don't run face first into a beat, you can just run through a lot of the levels in this game, and they're designed that way. In the Retro Studios duology of Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze, I find that there's more of a rhythm game to it, where if you know the enemy placement and you time your button presses correctly, you can keep that sense of momentum going. But it's not always necessary here. Now, a lot of people will say this is arguably the best track in the game. People love this. The aquatic ambiance. However, I would maintain that the minecart level is, like, I like it better. I can't really say if it is just the better song or if it's just my style. And the I'm blanking on the name because of course I am, but the factory levels, like the track for the factory level is probably my second favorite. Sorry. Something popped up on the chat that was very much just a bot, and I wanted to get rid of that. Come on. There we go. Alright, I said if I had to subject you all to this level again, I would just go through it like normal. I will eat my words. It's so slow. Of course, because of that, we get the other bonus level that I always skip. No. Oh well. Now, if you time your shots right, there are some parts of this level that you can also skip in this section. I'm not going to risk it because I've already died 4 times. And that's 4 times more than I expected to before the winter section. Well, the winter section, the Gorilla Glaciers, I think is the world name. What? Now, I can't argue too much. Winky is my favorite, so of course, any opportunity to use Winky, I'm gonna take, but I would like to see some new levels before I call it quits. Doing a pacifist run of this level. And here we go again. Oh, that's the first time I missed the end there. Shit. Uh-oh. Did that level 5 times. That's the first time I've gone through it with only one monkey. Here we go. Screw it. Take your time. Grab the frog. Do we have more people watching? Hello, 6 people on the chat. It doesn't sound like much, but that is a record for the day. Please let me know how you found us. Hit a follow if you want, or just say hi. That hurts. That hurts so much. Alright. Winky failed me. Winky failed me. Hi. That was bad too, like, I went from hit to, like, constant movement to bottomless pit. run and run and run. But I don't like you, so I'm gonna get rid of you. I think this is the last one. I'm gonna be real honest. That one hurt. Screw it. That's right. It's the whole level this time, everybody. No bonus areas for me. I do not deserve the extra bananas and balloons. So what should I do next? Like, I am too stubborn to not be able to do this in one shot. I will make it happen. If only because I refuse to accept defeat. And I've got a special stream planned for March 4th. So until then, it's going to be these smaller little one-offs. But like... Get my swordfish. Get hit by a shark. Do my solo Blastoise run. Maybe. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. So I end up watching a lot of YouTube because it's just how I consume other creators' stuff these days. And the guy who did, like, the idea person behind the Legacy Pokemon games, like Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald Legacy, I was watching a playthrough of his where he was essentially trying to... Oh... Alright. Not fun, but I'll accept it. I just went super quiet. I'm still speaking at the same volume that I've been all night. Can you hear me? Headset seems to work. Okay. It shouldn't have. Because again, like, everything's the same volume. I didn't touch any of the settings. Maybe it's your settings, Bri? Yeah, please do, because, again, I did not change anything on my side. And, like, I don't have the game super loud for myself so that I can talk at a volume that is below a scream, but, like, the game volume didn't drop either, so I don't know what happened there. Yes, I have reached a point in the night where I just want to get this game over with. Next time, instead of restarting every time you die, it's take a drink with every death. I would be plastered. And both of my scheduled streams the next day is a work day. And I have no interest in starting a workday hungover or being incapable of waking up with my kid. Oh yeah, no, I know what you mean, not finish a drink, take a drink, but it's me. I don't understand limits or reasonability. Volume just boost back up randomly. I'm gonna say it's you, Bri. Honestly. Sam, if you're here, can you confirm if the volume just, like, randomly changed for you? You know what? When this is done, I'll try to remember, like, the hour and 15, hour and 20 mark, and Yeah, exactly. Like, when I put the recording up on YouTube, I'll see then. And then because I fucked this level up, yeah, I'm gonna go back to speed running that. Oh. Oh. One more. One more just for fun. It's getting worse, guys. My god. Alright, on that note, I need water. I will be back. We'll let the opening run for you guys, and I'll see you in 30 seconds. Here we go again. So there's a lot of different versions of this game. Naturally, Virtual Console, SNES cart, 3DS. They released this on the new 3DS Virtual Console as well. There's a Game Boy Advance version. But one day, I want to go through the Game Boy Color version. Obviously, that day is not today. It's kind of cool how they managed to cram this whole game, warts and all, into a Game Boy Color cartridge, because you would not think that it would work. I've played, I think, up to the third world, and it's not great, but it's also not as bad as you might imagine it to be. Just gotta keep those bounces going. 1, 2, 3. I just want to get to some new levels at some point before I call it a night. Is that so much to ask for? Is that too much to ask for? Maybe it's too much. There we go. Don't know if this counts as good progress or if I just need to not be so trigger happy on these barrels. Don't jinx it. You know what, Brian? There's no such thing as a jinx. No such thing as a jinx. I'm gonna say it at the end of every level, because clearly that's my good luck charm. Didn't even get me to turn around. There is no such thing as a jinx. Oh, come on. Alright, it seems to be working. Probably because there's no such thing as a jinx. Already better than last time. because I lost one of my Kongs the last time I went to that minecart level, so I guess it's good that there's no such thing as a jinx. No! Come on, Winky, don't fail me now. This really is just becoming my mantra. There is no such thing as a jinx. I achieved victory, because there's no such thing as a jinx. Shit, now what's gonna happen if I don't say it? Because I don't know if you've noticed, but it's working. Because there's no such thing as a jinx. There's my buddy Winky. There he goes. Not doing it again. Not gonna risk it, even though there is no such thing as a jinx. So this is only the second time that we've gotten this far on a run. This is also a beautiful song too. It's a shame it's only on 2 levels in the game. Oh, a little closer. There we go. Ooh, new bonus area. Wow, my coordination is not good tonight. Yeah. Alright, that's it. Calling it right now. Thank you for joining. I'm really sorry that I could not get past that section again. Although if there is anything that this run has proven, it is that Stop and Go Station is my white whale. So tune in next time when we play possibly this again. I may just keep that kill counter up in the hopes that I get past it eventually. And yeah, if not, then well, there's always something else. Everybody, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you have an excellent night. If you missed any bit of this, this will be uploaded on YouTube tomorrow at noon Eastern, and if not, well, there's Wednesdays and Sundays at 8:30 Eastern PM-ish. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.